Basically, the project came at an important time as we are now still recovering from the passage of two major storms. We had Tropical Storm Erica, and then we had Hurricane Maria in 2017. I think Erica was in 2015. And this did a lot of damage to our landscape. And most of our agriculture areas got affected, especially persons growing things on the hill slope, because most of our agriculture is done on the hill slope. So we had quite a bit of damage to the terrains and the areas that persons were cultivating, doing agricultural cultivation. So now this project intervention is focusing on helping do some restoration in terms of land stabilization. And what we did some time ago was to do a reconnaissance survey of some areas that were critical in terms of vulnerability as it relates to land degradation and showing evidence of erosion on the hill slope. A beautiful component of the project was to actually come in to do the kind of looking at the vulnerabilities of the country and seeing how the proposed vector as a solution to dealing with land stabilization. So in the whole effort of promoting or at least doing this sort of reconnaissance viewing or observation of what is happening in the country, gave the opportunity to again talk to some of the community members, find out their interests, and from there you started to feel a sense of interest more from the community members as well as from the ministry. So that already set the stage for the project in itself.
Okay, and then you can go as thin as this, because we are in the coming towards the rainy season, so we can go as thin as this. Yeah. Basically what we did today at the Lapland Agricultural Station, really, we were trying to re-establish the vetiver strips. This agricultural station is situated on the southeast end of the island. It is an area that when you come closer to the end of the hurricane season, you tend to get torrential rains. The land, the topography of the land is not that flat. It's more or less a little on the sloping side. That's why we had the establishment of those grass barrier, the vetiver strips, to protect the land and to reduce erosion. So what we have done, those strips were somewhat neglected. And most of the younger staff, they are not knowledgeable as the senior staff as it relates to the planting itself, the functions of the plant, and how they need to be established to have the proper effect in terms of reducing erosion. So what we have done is to really introduce the concept to the staff, refresh those that had the knowledge already, and give a practical demonstration of how to go about establishing the counter lines and establishing the vetiver strips themselves along the counter. We also want to utilize this particular site as a nursery site where we can generate the planting material.
We also took the opportunity to visit in the last week the Kalinago territory as well as the Pidisufre community, and we also got the sort of commitment from the participation of a number of farmers to a meeting that we had. So we already started sensitization among the farmers from the community of Pidisufre. And we visited the Kalinago territory for two reasons. One, the Kalinago territory is an area that is producing quite a bit of vetiver, and they're in the habit of also selling vetiver for whatever purpose. So we had identified two sites that would be supplying some vetiver to the project. And one, we will be also assisting Antigua and Barbuda with material, and therefore we're already working with one farmer, and he has already treated his plot, and he got some insight as to how to prepare the material for export to Antigua, following all the protocols set forth by the Plant Protection and Quarantine Department of Dominica.
Today we're actually doing field tours in the Kalinago area. It's in connection with the EBA project, the vetiver project, and we are visiting the potential farmers that we'll be seeking resources from, either planting material or material for export, or people who have showed interest in the industry or the vetiver culture, whether it's for craft, whether it's for soil conservation, whether it's just having piece of vetiver. So we are visiting these people and getting a general idea as to how they do their plan their vetiver purposes and how we can integrate them in the whole EBA project that is going to become on stream in the East region. We also have another component in Pidisufre.
Now, the objective of the farm is really to engage the community in the process. It's really one that will bring not just farmers but community members, people that are actually vulnerable to land seepage, to erosion, even in the backyards, even along the roadsides and so on. So it's something that can help not just the farmer, but also in terms of some of the engineering works on the roadsides, on fallen areas that may affect not just individual, but persons within the community.
I think it is something that has great prospects, both for in terms of economic crop, but also in terms of protecting our fragile, soils, because of our slopes and our heavy rainfall, we are very, very prone to a lot of erosion. And if not protected, in 10, 15 years down the line, we will see the productivity of our soils dropping as a result. But when we institute corrective measures like these, we can correct it and also add some more lives that succeeding generation can utilize what we have in terms of our soil for our crops and everything in Dominica.